It's not on them, it's on you. Today on Fortitude through Stoicism, and this is my 365-day journey of implementing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism into the life of this modern masculine man. So I had the most amazing meditation session today in the sauna, so I thought it'd be a good time to come up and record one of my lessons. So the quote today by Marcus Aurelius: if someone is slipping up, kindly correct them and point out what they missed. But if you can't, blame yourself or no one. Now, remember the source. So Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, probably was only dealing with his inner circle, right? He's not out there in the public, wandering through the streets. So again, let's understand the perspective. Why, you ask? Well, Ryan Holiday says a good teacher knows when a student is failing and blame the instructor, not the pupil. How much more generous and tolerant would we be if we extend this understanding to other spheres in our life? So I'm going to pause, right? I believe this is in conflict with other Stoic beliefs, because is it really our job to judge other people? So we are making the very strong assumption that we are in fact fallible in living this virtuous life, when in truth, we are always in the constant pursuit of virtue. We never arrived. It's always a journey, never a destination. I also contend, if I walk down the street and point out every flaw that every person made, how would I actually be able to get something done in my own life? So he's saying that if a friend is unreliable, maybe it's because they don't know what's wrong, or maybe they're lacking support. It's interesting, if someone is being annoying, try talking to them about it. But again, isn't that our perspective? If they're annoying, that is a reflection of our failure to control our own emotions. Ryan Holiday, I think you're off the mark here, man. I'm kind of calling you out on this. But he continues, if there's a problem with their behavior, you have to ask yourself, why am I being so sensitive? Bingo. Right? So this is what ownership looks like, and it depends on your sphere of influence, right? So I'm going to talk about this through the lens of a leadership perspective. Oh, and today I'm recording from the club, so there might be some traffic and some noise. Out there's the pickleball courts, tennis courts, pool, and inside's the cafe. So it is what it is. So coming at it from a leadership perspective, from that lens of being a leader, it is our responsibility to set the expectation and then hold them accountable to that expectation. If it's unclear, it's on you. If it's understood, it's still your responsibility to hold them accountable. Why? Because you're in a leadership position. Now, so you can take that down a notch. Well, maybe in a family, you are the matriarch or the patriarch. Yes, it's your responsibility to hold people to a certain culture. But is it our responsibility amongst our friends? Right? What if you had that friend that's always coming up to you and telling you the shit you're doing is wrong? I don't know. This is a question. For me, I believe that it's my responsibility to set the example. Right? I do this through the way I live my life. And because I don't believe that I'm always right. I don't believe that Stoicism may always be the right answer. Maybe it's too cold for some people. Maybe there's more of a level of compassion through Buddhism. I mean, who really knows? But what is on you is your responsibility to control your emotions, right? So whatever's happening in the world, yeah, you can blame them for being annoying, or actually really look in the mirror and realize, hey, I'm being way too sensitive here. And I continue. No matter what the situation is, I take 100% ownership. If it's affecting my peace, well, do something about it. Remove myself. increase my mental strength, one of those things. If you have a friend that is not in alignment with your values, then it's on you to accept that friend or to distance yourself from that friend. Is it really your responsibility to try and fix other people? Really kind of depends on the relationship, doesn't it? If you're a coach or a consultant and someone's paying you, then yeah, you're responsible. If you're a friend, I don't know that that's necessarily our responsibility. We're there to support somebody, we're there to accept them, but are we there to change them according to our will? And again, that's a blue trait. That's emotionally controlling, Ryan Holiday. You point yourself out again. That is a trait of someone who tests blue on the color code. We want to change somebody or have them feel a certain way or do a certain way according to our feeling. It's very emotionally controlling. It's very dangerous, in my opinion. So, set the example. Be the example. And then it's your responsibility to either accept that person or distance yourself from that person. It's your responsibility to be mentally strong enough to deal with the annoyances and accept the situation for what it is, and your lack of self-control and your sensitivity. If you can accept those, that's what we have control over. Everything else, someone's actions, their opinions, what they say, what they do, we have no control over. And again, this is Ryan Holiday, and I think that this is why he's embraced Stoicism as an author, is because he really struggles with the emotional control. Now, me, as a logic-based thinker, I don't have that same problem. And me being on the spectrum, I can't feel what other people feel. So, Stoicism is rather easy for me in many regards. One of the big ones is staying the hell out of other people's business. Let them do the shit that they're gonna do and just either accept it or move on. But it is on you. It's not on them. They're going to be the person they are going to be. You are going to be the person that you are going to be. All right, so I want to shift. Because I wanted to get through that. I know I kind of rushed through it because I'm really excited about my meditation today. I want to share with you the evolution and where I started. So I was looking at these different guided meditation techniques, and there's one that I really found that I really like. I repeat 5 lines, but I do each line 3 times. Go to the next line 3 times. I go to the next line 3 times. I go all the way through it, and then I repeat that 3 times. And what's happening is while I'm doing it, so the first line is, I'm grateful for this day. And as I'm going through this, I'm seeing images come in my head of things I'm actually grateful for. Oh man, the sun's shining. But what I do is I don't hold on to the thought. I had this favorite fly fishing stream, and it was back in 2006, but it was when I was most at peace. And I was just staring, I was watching the water just kind of drift away around the bend. So what I do is I kind of take this thought and I visualize it just drifting down the bend and out of sight. So the first line that I repeat is, I am grateful for this day. The second line is, I embrace impermanence, right? Things change, like things are great now, but they're gonna change. Like I embrace the fluidity of life. Number 3, I cultivate compassion for myself and others. I repeat this, and then what happens is I'm finding myself during the day when I'd actually be like a dick to somebody, I'm like, I actually do something nice, and I remind myself in my head, I cultivate compassion for myself and others. Line number 4, I walk a path of wisdom. I do. I'm a daily learner. If I don't get a good 3 hours of daily study and learning in, I don't feel like my day is complete. I know that's excessive, but learning is a passion of mine. Knowledge is a passion of mine. So this line, I walk the path of wisdom, it's really kind of talking about the Eightfold Path in alignment with the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism. But line number 5 is, I am at peace with myself. So I go through this mantra and I listen to this Buddhist Zen music, and I did it in the sauna today. So really I'm just focused on the water kind of dripping off, the visions are going down, and then eventually what happens is there's no noise. There's no noise. I'm able to go through the mantra without these visions and these thoughts coming in. And I notice I'm just breathing and I'm just kind of in the moment, and I realize I go through the whole mantra without a single interfering thought. And that's when I know I've concluded my meditation. So today it took me 4 times through my mantra. And it was completely amazing, because when I got through the 4th one and I kind of realized I was done, I was kind of startled myself. I'm like, oh my God, I got through that. Like, and I felt so at peace. I felt like, oh God, I felt like that total sensation of like almost like post euphoria from the most amazing orgasm, and you're laying there completely spent. But that's honestly, I felt free, I felt light, I felt amazing. And then I just sat in the sauna for another 10 minutes because I couldn't believe how amazing that meditation session was. Why am I telling you this? Because like, people have told me how good meditating is, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's some like hippy dippy shit. I never really bought into it, right? Because I never could figure out how to get my mind clear enough to achieve that level of euphoria almost. And it's taken a lot of work. I've been meditating now for almost a month every single day. I normally don't get past 5 or 6, 7 minutes. But today, when I realized I got through my 4th mantra and I felt amazing, I went and checked my time, and I was over 10 minutes into that meditation session. And so they're getting longer and longer, and they're getting almost, I feel like a necessity. Like if I don't meditate, like I feel off. If you had told me that a month ago before I went to Thailand, I wouldn't believe you. I would not believe you. And then I started reading and listening. I started actually hearing like people I know, like, and trust that have embraced meditation. And I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna commit to this, and we're going to do this. And now about a month into it, I'm really starting to crave this, enjoy this, and it's going deeper, it's going longer, and I'm feeling better and better at the end of these meditation sessions. So it is helping me, back to Stoicism. This is the mechanism that is helping me now really embrace the Stoicism, because it's not on them, it's on me. And that time meditating today in the sauna put me in an incredible place today. And yeah, today's a prep day. I gotta prep for my project tomorrow. I gotta get on a plane. I gotta travel to Shreveport, Louisiana. I've got to get set up, got to get my team spun up. Today's a work day for me, but after that meditation session, I feel absolutely amazing. On that, we're out of here.